Hi everyone, JJ here. Welcome back. Well, there's been a war that's broken out on X, formerly Twitter, between Elon and his fans, or not so much fans anymore. On both sides, you can see this meme here, I hate Elon. We've got on the right and the left arm wrestling for how much they can hate Elon. Elon Musk called some MAGA people contemptible fools and racists over the past few days. Let's get into the story. It's pretty fascinating what's going on politically here. It's been largely a debate between MAGA people about immigration, different positions. And for context, we can see this Forbes article here recently. Tesla emerges among top employers of H-1B visa holders. And Elon said about this immigration visa for skilled people, no, we need more like double that number yesterday. The number of people who are super talented engineers and super motivated in the USA is far too low. Think of this like a pro sports team. If you want your team to win the championship, you need to recruit top talent wherever they may be. That enables the whole team to win. And some of MAGA people do not think this way. They do not like what he's saying here. Some of this may be interpreted by people as the woke mind virus, part of that. Elon continued about this. Anyone of any race, creed, or nationality who came to America and worked like hell to contribute to this country will forever have my respect. America is the land of freedom and opportunity. Fight with every fiber of your being to keep it that way, and bunch of American flags there. So really going into battle here, and obviously some of the MAGA people do not like Elon talking this way. Elon followed it up in conversations with this, yes, and those contemptible fools must be removed from the Republican Party root and stem, and that was seen by 3.4 million people. He explained further, the contemptible fools I'm referring to are those in the Republican Party who are hateful, unrepentant racists. They will absolutely be the downfall of the Republican Party if they are not removed. Elon also said along with this, the reason I'm in America along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong is because of H-1B, that visa. Take a step back and F yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. So obviously he's getting angry about this. His followers, some of his followers didn't like it. A lot supported it. Tesla influencers. I've done a video before about how Elon came to the US through Canada. He had a student visa. He wasn't meant to start a company. He did. So he was technically an illegal immigrant. He's been railing against illegal immigrants in the past few months in the election campaign. And he didn't mention these racist MAGA people during the election campaign. Notice that only after the election. Why didn't he talk about this before the election? I think for obvious reasons, that he wanted to get Trump elected. He knew those people were there, but didn't mention it. In fact, some of the things that he has said have been pretty extreme about immigration and getting rid of immigrants, illegal immigrants, but he is for skilled immigrants for his companies. He knows it's good for his companies. As I said, some of the well-known MAGA people didn't like it, including Laura Loomer here. Elon Musk says Loomer is trolling for attention. Ignore. And she spits back. Telling the truth isn't trolling. Read the room, Elon Musk. You bought your way into MAGA 5 minutes ago after Trump almost had his head blown off in Butler. He did join the campaign after that. Remember when you voted for Biden and propped up Governor Ron DeSantis and you said Trump was too old? That is true. He did tweet that out. That's been archived and recorded. He said that Trump was too old to be president. She says, we all know you only donated your money so you could influence immigration policy and protect your buddy Xi Jinping. Some people would say he wanted a lot more than that. AOC and Bernie Sanders have been talking about oligarchy. And just a week or two ago, Elon was sticking his nose in to the resolution for continued funding, and he really got what he wanted out of that. He seemed to go around Trump for that and bully some politicians into getting what he wants, and that's why people are saying oligarchy. So he's really in it for whatever he wants from that point of view. And so she's just picking out a few points here. Immigration policy is just one, and that's what this big fight is all about. People disagreeing, people within MAGA disagreeing violently. And this in the aftermath to that involving censorship. Breaking: Laura Loomer, a well-known ex-creator and reporter, has lost her verified check badge and subscriptions after questioning Elon Musk's support for H-1B visas, the replacement of American tech workers by Indian immigrants, and his relationship to China. So we'll have to take Laura's word for it here, and some people have said she has lied on a number of occasions, but on X, that has been my experience since Elon took over. I had one account suspended for no reason, no explanation, and another one that I have with over 200,000 followers. Hardly gets any reach at all. I've tried with the check mark and without, and nothing seems to work. It's sort of capped at about 1,000 views per tweet there with 200,000. It used to get a lot more than that. It's very suspicious, that kind of activity and what goes on there. And this is from a conservative subreddit. It says Musk critics, including Laura Loomer, claim censorship. My opinion on Elon has done a complete 180 in the past few days. It's one thing to post an opinion that I disagree with, but censoring dissenting opinions while claiming to be free speech absolutist is vile hypocrisy. Absolutely pathetic. I've been talking about this for a while. There's definitely some censorship on there, no matter what Elon says. He's a free speech absolutist, but there are plenty of examples that people have found and said that of him censoring things or changing the algorithm in his benefit and pushing out to as many people as possible his own tweets. So he's turned it into a propaganda platform. And the reply here, yeah, this is just censorship in the other direction and should not be celebrated. Elon Musk is going to be a dingleberry that the second Trump presidency needs to wipe free. And somebody says, honestly, I thought it was just fake news, but now I see I'm wrong, and he's been doing it the entire time. The left was right about Elon. More and more people not liking what he's doing and seeing what he's been up to. And this is from Reddit. This user says, totally not. Elon argues with Laura Loomer. The reason they said that is because there's a profile on there of Adrian Dittman, which people think is Elon. I've listened to a number of the spaces they have on there. It sounds very much like him with a digitally altered voice. Now, Elon's trans daughter has said Adrian Dittman is the weird alt account he allegedly, so I don't get sued, uses on Twitter. It has the exact same voice, accent, mannerisms, way of speaking, viewpoints, etc. The first time I heard a clip of him speaking, I got the exact same chills running down my spine from when I was a child from hearing his voice. Personally, I entirely believe it's him, and I don't think it's particularly subtle. Well, I'll leave that to you. I'm going to play some of the recording of this argument because it's relevant to the discussion here. You can make up your own mind. You can hear the argument and what they're saying. They're fighting about this issue.
So tell me exactly what was wrong with his take on the visas. Specifically, tell me exactly what was wrong with it.
It's completely oppositional to President Trump's original.
In which way? From which perspective? Like, what did he say?
Altogether, I mean, just supporting H-1B visas is in complete opposition to what President Trump said in 2016, and that he wants to eradicate the H-1B visa program.
That is 2016. Welcome to the future. This is the current year of our Lord as 2024.
Promises made, promises kept. You're not original MAGA. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not MAGA at all, motherfucker. What are you talking about? I'm not a political individual. I'm like this thing. I'm like a UFO above like some sort of strange walker source that just like is floating there above the psyop layer. That's what I am. I have literally zero political thing with anyone.
Okay.
I don't care.
That's your problem because you don't.
I don't care left, right, center, inside out.
You don't understand us. You don't understand. If you're not a member of the political movement, that you're not going to understand why people are so passionate about this issue that they've been fighting against for over 8 years.
You haven't been fighting against shit. You've been spreading misinformation.
I'm not spreading misinformation. I'm sharing President Trump's original policy. You either support President Trump or you don't.
And here's another short conversation where Adrian is talking about MAGA and some of the issues that we're discussing here right now.
And ironically enough, some elements of the extreme legacy MAGA movement will have to deal with it as well. Because that's how it is. And don't hate the fucking big tech bros. Because out of all of them, Elon is the only one that's giving all of these crackheads a fucking voice. You ungrateful motherfucker, seriously. You keep crying censorship this, censorship that. You're not censored. Your takes just suck. Get over it, and get over yourselves. Honestly. I'm not an enemy of anyone, but if you hate me for saying this, so fucking be it. I don't care.
Now, if you're getting value out of this episode so far, I really appreciate it. If you remember to hit that like button to help the algorithm to spread it to more people, it does help. And while you're down there, do subscribe if you want to get more of this kind of content from me in the very near future if you're not already subscribed. This meme seems relevant at this point too. Watching middle Americans slowly realize that rich people don't care about them. Oh, did the corrupt billionaire turn out to only be interested in lobbying the president for his businesses? In the past few videos, I've been talking about the concept of oligarchy in the US, with Elon being involved, the richest person in the world buying his way into the ear of the president and literally going in there, sticking his nose in and getting things changed the way he wants to, which some people like Bernie have said is a lot like Russia with the oligarchy, with Putin's buddies, billionaire buddies in there, and Putin himself. Is it becoming that way? And that's what people are starting to talk about, starting to think here. Elon obviously does not like that kind of talk. And this from a podcaster on the left, MAGA versus Elon, tech bros.
MAGA folks are finally figuring out that Elon Musk and the tech bros don't actually like them. Well, that took you long enough. Did you think the guy building rocket ships to move to space was gonna stop by your trailer park and have a beer and talk about Jesus? Please. Musk's idea of helping the common man is forcing you to pay $8 a month for a blue check mark. Free speech, my ass. He's just charging you for the privilege of being ignored. And let's talk about this immigration thing that they're now killing each other over. MAGA wants a wall. Musk and his billionaire buddies want work visas. Why? Because someone's got to build their Teslas and write their code, duh. And let's face it, if Steve from Ohio isn't learning Python because Steve from Ohio is too busy arguing about drag shows on Facebook. And here's the truth. The tech bros used you and Steve. They used your anger to get themselves tax cuts, deregulate their industries, and cozy up to dictators in China and Russia. While you were chanting America first, they were making deals to hand over your white jobs to overqualified, underpaid foreigners. MAGA didn't drain the swamp, no. They just made it big enough to fit their fleet of mega yachts. And now, all of a sudden, you're mad at the tech bros, huh? Well, good luck complaining on Twitter where Elon owns the mute button. Turns out the only thing they're building back better is their own bank accounts.
In the following days, we get this. Somebody says Elon has deleted a number of his idiotic tweets for the past few days. And Elon complaining also on the platform, I'm constantly insulted on this platform, even though he attacks people all over the place, calling them names, insulting them. He's complaining that he's insulting them, crying about how he's insulted the poor man-child. And this today, which he's had a lot of feedback on, Elon says, please post a bit more positive, beautiful, or informative content on this platform. Can people just be nice to me, to be nice to each other after constantly attacking people and wanting arguments, saying trolling is good and all of this kind of stuff? So really kind of bipolar in terms of what he's tweeting. I'm not sure if he's bipolar himself. It has been suggested in his biography at the end of that book that he is. And this Reddit user really saying it all with just 3 words: start with yourself, because he really is hypocritical in this kind of thing. He does not practice what he preaches here. He's all over the shop in terms of what he thinks, and he does tweet so many times, sometimes well over 100 times a day. It's pretty incredible. So what do you think of this whole battle on here, where we're getting more and more people pushing back against Elon? Seems to be contradictory in a lot of things that he says. And he lashed out at some of MAGA for being racist and contemptible fools, and he's getting pushback about that. So people on the left, people on the right, more and more people, it seems, have a problem with what he's saying in terms of politics. What did he think was going to happen when he got so into partisan politics? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Let me know your thoughts about this. I'd be really interested to know. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, on screen, I'm going to put a link to a related video. Go and do that now if you want to, and also a subscribe link. Do subscribe if you want to get more of this kind of content from me in the very near future. See you next time.